Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of February. I almost said September. I don't know why. Let's just do this like one single take. This is not even like a scripted video. It's not even like it's recorded, but it's basically live because just gonna do it in one take, right? But we have the beautiful Crypto Daily on this side. Crypto Daily, Cameron, pretty much the best crypto YouTuber in the world. I think this is an unbiased, objective opinion of mine.
I'm getting paid for this, right?
What?
I'm getting paid for this, right?
oh yeah, well, you know, it's you can't really compliment yourself. Yeah, if somebody else compliments you, it's totally fine. But if you compliment yourself, it's you know, it's gonna be like not humble.
That's prideful.
So how about this? I'll just keep saying good shit about you, and you can say good stuff about me, and then we'll both seem like cool guys who never compliment themselves, right?
Well, the fact that I never really collaborate with anyone, but it's like our fifth or sixth time, so let the action speak louder than the words, huh?
I never collaborate with anyone because I'm just too good. Is that what you were gonna say?
No, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. I don't know. I think most people wouldn't like it. It's like, I don't know. I try and do stuff that's different. So, and mostly people are the same. You know what I mean?
Hey, speaking of the same, so basically we had this one topic for the video, and it's kind of a sad one actually. I've found many like those exposed channels on crypto, like really cool. I mean, I think it was a trend started by Doug Polk, right? I think he was one of the first major YouTubers to start like criticizing.
It's a trend on YouTube in general, but yeah, it also appeared in crypto in early 2018. I guess maybe earlier before that.
So you're saying it was an inevitable trend? Okay.
Pretty much, if it gets popular enough, yeah, because people watch those types of videos.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you would think the guys who are doing the exposing are the good guys, right? And the topic of this video is they're just as bad as everyone else, right? And this is something that when it came to my attention, just blew my head, right? It just blew my mind.
Yeah. We always see them as like not social justice warriors, but fighting for a cause. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are really only in it for the clout/money. And as soon as you realize that everyone is like that to some degree, some more than others, obviously, but everyone's in it for that, then I don't know. I don't know if it changes your worldview, but it might sully it a bit.
I'm actually... well, this is actually more of a personal conversation. Now, we can't really go into naming people publicly, but I'm definitely gonna be unsubscribing to a couple of these exposed channels. No offense to you guys who have exposed channels. I mean, they definitely do put in a lot of work, but I definitely came across information that a lot of times it's very biased information. A lot of times it's information taken out of context just for the purpose of keeping up their persona, who is like this justice person who has to bring out the shit in everybody. And at the end of the day, all the people that they end up exposing are not actually, all of them are actually not that bad. But a lot of time the stories get blown up, just like any journalism, just like any news. The stories get blown up out of proportion for the sake of your ad money, for your click. That's it. It's at the end of the day, just a clickbait.
Yeah, it's like us arguing about who's got the bigger molehill, because it's molehill money at the end of the day. YouTube that it pays crypto content creators is probably like at most like $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and it's like, hey, I want some of that pie. And yeah, some people are willing to steep to extreme measures to get it. And you know what? Fair play. You know, everyone's got to hustle. But you know, at the end of the day, it's that's what it's all about. People don't make content for the love. They do it for the money. I myself started not doing it for the money, because I had started other YouTube channels before. I like one or two, and they went absolutely nowhere. And I started at least one of them for the money. The other one was just a side project with friends. But the one that I did for the money went nowhere. It was abysmal. It was an epic fail. So when I started my crypto thing, it was really from a place of, okay, this isn't going to go anywhere, but I'm just going to do it because I'm really interested in crypto. And I think if you went into it with that mindset, you might actually do a lot better than someone that went in it for the money. But yeah, I keep going because I do enjoy it. But if it wasn't profitable in the slightest, I would need to stop. I would need to do something else, and everyone needs to kind of keep that in mind or understand that, I guess.
I think out of all the YouTubers that I know personally, and I've met quite a few in my days. I mean, both of us are here like full time for 2 years or more now, and you just have to run across people sooner or later. It is a small world, right? So, of all the YouTubers that I've met personally, most of them ended up not being as active nowadays as you. I think you are one of the rare few people who just, I don't know if it's the actual passion you have, or that you're more humble than other people when it comes to having a certain need of money you need to make to continue making videos. Not sure which one of those two it is, or maybe a combination of both. But you're one of the rare ones who's still very, very active, and I really respect that. Like, even I'm having a really hard time being active. Even like, this is just a hobby of mine, and just people things are just, there just isn't much stuff to talk about anymore. Like, let's be honest, that's the hardest part. That is the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually, I'm impressed by lots of other people who do manage to get out lots of content as well. I think I can cheat because I can sit down and I can be like, okay, what would I find really interesting to watch? What am I going to enjoy making? What funny jokes can I include? How can I enjoy this? And that's not a point of view that I think most YouTubers go with. So for me, it's easier if I enjoy what I do. So therefore, I can keep doing it. But if you don't, if you take it really seriously, which a lot of people do, if you're, analyzing something, or you're warning people about this, or you're trying to break down this news story and really try and figure out what it is and why people should care, and then trying to explain it, I don't know. This is just an office job, and I left my office job to do this, so I don't want it back.
Do you think, like, those exposed channels are sustainable? It's a tough question.
Well, probably not if they don't mix in other content, because there's not enough. There's not enough people in crypto, full stop, for you to keep making videos every day. So, let alone YouTubers, there's like 20 or so who are somewhat relevant. So, yeah, no.
Do I fit in those 20? I know I don't.
I don't know. It's a number off the top of my head. Maybe it's closer to 50. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's you were just talking about this. You asked me, like, how's my channel doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm barely breaking even here. I think my all-time high subscriber was like 1,330, which is like nothing anyway, and now it's like 2,880, and it's just staying right there, +8 -8 every few days. And it's I gotta say that I think that the hardest part is not that you don't have much to talk about, but that you don't see much reaction to your videos anymore. It's that you don't really see much feedback to the videos you make. And I think that one thing that drives me the most is when I see a friend or somebody cool that I actually talk to somewhere in Slack comment on my videos. Like, that's the stuff I live for. It just makes me feel good that people that I respect are actually watching my videos and are actually giving me feedback. And it seems like less and less people have time for crypto these days. They're just slowly giving up on it. And I see less and less interesting comments to read. There was last couple of videos, and really respect those guys for commenting. So if it was one of you, that's fucking awesome. But do you see the same issue happening to your videos? Are you having like less and less feedback, or are you one of those rare ones who just keeps getting bigger and bigger?
I'm not sure. I would say that first of all, even staying stable right now is pretty good, because like, if you see some of the biggest channels from 2017, none of them can really seem to hold on to their subs that they've got. So
wait, wasn't Data Dash like at 400K at some point?
No, I don't believe so. No, I think he was. It was slightly higher as all-time high. I don't know. That's another thing that's really important, though, is to not compare. I never look at the numbers. I don't really don't. I mean, it is. I do care about total views to a point, but if they're lower than I hope, then I learn to just readjust my expectations and be happy with what I get. And I never compare. So once upon a time, I went from 50K views per video, a standard, to just breaking 10. And I learned, instead of like comparing myself to others who might have been getting more at the time, to just appreciate breaking 10. Because, you know, at one point in my life, I would have definitely taken that and been really happy with it. So why not now? Just because something was a certain way, why not now? And I enjoy what I do. So, but as far as comments goes, yeah, I've been really lucky. There's lots of nice ones, but no, the most important thing for me is, did I enjoy making it? And if not, then that's what I find hard to continue with. Not if I got nice comments or not. But each one should find their own motivator for making content. You know, if comments work for you, then that's good. It's a little bit of a dangerous one in case you get negative comments, though. But yeah, it happens. Especially when you get to a bigger audience, you'll always just get some people that, of necessity, you know, you can't please everyone. They just won't like it. And they'll let you know.
Oh, actually, this is an interesting question. I've meaning to ask you this personally. We can just do it right here, you know, in our recording. Have you ever deleted a video?
No, I don't think I have. Why'd you ask?
Did you ever have a reason to? Just any like benign or semi-strong reason?
No, I've been really lucky. I haven't really made anything that aged badly, because like even during the bull run, even if I made a video like the case for $1 million Bitcoin by 2020 or something like that, it was always I always gave reasons both for and against. I always thought that I'm not a news reporter, I'm not a journalist, but I will at least have some journalistic principles. I've always had that, in which case if you put forward one argument, why wouldn't you put forward the other, as sort of like a moral basis for creating content that's positive. So that may be one of the reasons why people aren't as mad with me as they are with some other people who were permaballs in 2018. But no, I've never deleted anything.
Because I realized, I just got a comment recently, and I was like, wow. The comment was on one of my like really, really old interviews with some random ass real estate crypto CEO. I don't even remember her name, but it ended up being a scam or something. I was like, what? A project I reviewed? Holy shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's so hard to know, because they might have been legit at that point, and they decided it wasn't worth it anymore.
I think they just end up like just closing shop. They're like, this isn't worth our time, because these guys are actually like had like actual functional huge businesses. They're like, we ain't making any money from this, so just go back to their normal business probably. So I think they just end up closing shop. I haven't really followed up with that, but I was like, damn, that's kind of adds salt to the injury that not only did I almost invest in that project, but I end up getting into a really, really deep conversation with them on an actual like live stream or something, and they just end up disappearing. But I think just a realistic representation of crypto. It should happens, it is the highest risk possible investment space in the world right now.
Yeah, it's a funny question. Do we want regulation in crypto? And I think the answer is, if it means we make more money, yes. And so we have this weird dichotomy of where, hey, if your legislation makes it harder to earn money, we don't want it. Crypto's for the people. We don't want your rules. But then if it means that we will actually make more money, like an ETF or something, yes, bring it on. Crypto's ready. It's such a strange place.
I think that's the best way to say it. It is such a strange place. Because the internet, kind of like brings out the most extreme versions of everyone. It's on the internet. Nobody sees your face. Nobody sees who you are. You can just type any message anywhere. You can just literally say anything behind this mask or just some random ass username, right? Mm-hmm. And combine that with finance, combine that with greed, combine that with investing. It actually starts being a really dangerous game. And then you have people like you and me whose job is to put our face on everything all the time. So it's the most weird combination of like the industry, which is the shadiest possible industry, and us trying to be the most transparent, reputable possible people represent that industry. It is really like it's actually really interesting and fucked up when you think about it.
Yeah. I think this week especially, it's been on my mind a lot about being out in this space, being in a position to be attacked, quote unquote, exposed, quote unquote, and how I never really wanted any of that kind of attention. Even the positive attentions, like, that's great, but it was never really a goal, and it kind of makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. But you know what? It's what I worked for. But I was reading this book. It's by Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. His first one talks about the first chapter. The first rule talks about basically putting yourself out there, working hard, and what, like, a man doing that makes his life, he brings order to his life, and if someone else tries to take an easy life, they try not to work so hard, they don't put themselves out there, they're in the background, then at the same time what they think is the easy life might actually end up being a lot harder, because the opposite of order and taking control of your life is chaos. And they might be tossed to and fro from the loans that they've got, from the government not paying them their support or whatever, and that they're at other people's whims. So even though the life that I have isn't what I'd say is what I specifically want, it's what I need, because I need to take control. I need to do this. I need to exert myself. I need to be somewhat dominant, being willing to take criticism from others and give it back or whatever. Just be strong, because I'm trying to take order of my life. I don't know if that made any sense to you, but it's just a profound thing I learned this week.
As the slogan in Auschwitz would say, work frees you. That's a really dangerous joke right there.
Right. Okay.
It's actually like a really good quote, but if it wasn't used for like Auschwitz.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So just being, because I don't know how it is for you, but like putting your face out there is kind of it'd be easier not to have to do this, but at the same time, what you might think is, okay, my life's hard because I'm doing that. No, it actually could possibly make your life easier in the long run, as opposed to the alternative.
I keep having this like mental battle when it comes to being a public figure. Like, even though like I have like barely couple hundred views if I'm lucky per video, it's still being like, and my personas, like, they're visible for anybody to analyze and see, like my past hundreds of videos. And when you really think about it, we're in such quote unquote police state. It's such a big brother state in this 21st century. Like, there is like hundreds of cameras per street in any major city. They're like, everyone's taking pictures, videos, like everything is pretty much online. So this is like already happening whether you do it willingly or not. So you might as well just volunteer and do yourself and represent yourself the way you want to represent yourself, instead of it actually happening for you when you really think about it.
Yeah, I guess. I guess so. I don't think it's the strongest correlation, just because you won't run into people that will say things about you in society with one as versus the other. But yeah, I see what you're trying to say.
No, I mean, like, anybody can come and comment some shit on your Facebook post, right? Anybody. It's like,
true.
The chances of that happening are pretty much the same as the chances of, somebody commenting shit on your YouTube video. This is just a more, more fat, like a more blown up version, I guess. But you just might as well embrace the feedback and embrace and not give a shit about what people say, because that's what makes you develop and grow, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So
yeah, let it stop you.
Let's just leave it at that. That's a nice way to end it.
Sure, dropping some knowledge.
the knowledge bomb. I don't have a mic with me to drop, but I'll just drop this. Boom. Hold up. I hit something. So thank you guys for joining us on this Wednesday. Enjoy your coffee or enjoy your lunch or whatever, or enjoy your evening dinner if you're like in Asia right now. So thanks for being with me here, Crypto Daily, and thank you for making it to the end. Which like there's only like 30% of you that actually still are here. That's awesome. If you're still here, that's cool. Statistically speaking, you're 1 out of 3. Hey, see ya, man.
Yep.